Well, that's it, ladies and gents. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. It's done. It's done in theatres. Its global box office run is the lowest grossing DCEU movie ever. And it's a ridiculous bomb. Like, monumental failure. Huge box office flop. Yeah. Tragically bad, actually. So let's dive into this today, ladies and gents. Hit subscribe if you are new here. Turn the bell notifications on and give the video a like. And I will say, in the description box down below, please do check out the link to Mistakes Reviews live archives. It's where my podcast videos go up, the clips, the highlights, the full stream episodes as well. And for those interested in cars, I know weird, but I do actually have a car channel, which you can find linked down below in the description box as well. But anyway, enough of that nonsense. It's on to some other nonsense. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Crazy. Now, at a $30 million opening box office, right? That's his opening weekend. That's domestic. And that was a disaster. That was absolutely appalling. And it's only gotten worse and worse and worse and worse since then. Again, the lowest grossing DCEU movie of all time. And I do wonder whether this is indicative of things to come with respect to The Flash. Now, I'm not saying it is, because there's significantly more hype surrounding The Flash. But there will be some people that chose not to watch Shazam! Fury of the Gods that will choose not to watch The Flash due to exactly the same reasons. So, although The Flash will undoubtedly make more money, well, yeah, it's not going to be hard, but it will definitely make more money than Shazam! Fury of the Gods, it could make more. And I think everyone knows that. That's not a stretch to say. There will absolutely be people that checked out of Shazam! Fury of the Gods because they did this slate announcement. They announced that everything was changing. It was completely being wiped. Brand new DC universe. And they were like, you know what, actually, I'm not wasting my money on Shazam. I'm not going to do it. You know, like, times are hard as they are. You know, people are struggling these days, and to spend money, on a connected universe that's no longer connected and is just falling apart, they're going to go, no thanks, I will wait. And they did. But, yeah, let's have a look. So, it's quite an eye-opener, actually, when you compare it to 2019 Shazam. So, Shazam from 2019 had a $90 million budget and did $363 million worldwide. Now, that's not great, right? That's not a hit. It's not a hit success. And I think the only reason it was greenlit for a sequel was because of its interconnected nature, right? Warner Brothers just was like, yeah, sure, we'll move forward, whatever. But that's probably the only reason, because they saw it as a means to introduce other characters, or there was clearly some reason, because that wouldn't have made good money, right? But yeah, Fury of the Gods delayed multiple times. Huge bomb. Huge bomb. Black Adam was a failure as well. And then obviously they announced the reboot of the DC universe. Shazam was then destined to be a flop. But how big of a flop? Well, holy fucking Christ. $133.4 million worldwide. Worldwide! Oh my God, that's bad. That is just utterly atrocious. Really, really, really bad. Staggeringly terrible. And I know I keep repeating that, but $133.4 million worldwide is not good. Especially when it had a reported budget of $125 million. Plus marketing. And it had to do 2 marketing ramp-ups. Because remember, it was going to release at Christmas or something like that at one point. I mean, this would have lost maybe somewhere in the region of $100 to $200 million for the studio. It's not a small amount. And it's funny as well, because I even note here earning more than $200 million less than its predecessor. It was also topped by Wonder Woman 1984, $169.6 million. Suicide Squad, or The Suicide Squad, sorry, $168.7 million. And those were released at the height of, you know, the COVID situation. And were also released on HBO Max. So for it to be beaten out by that, it does go to show that people are either... Well, it's a combination of things. They're sick of superhero movies. They're sick of bad superhero movies. And they're sick of the universes not going anywhere, not being built towards anything. Now, I think it's sad that a movie has to be part of a universe to get people interested in it. But that's the rod that they made for their own back when they started to do these things. Is that if they are merely adverts for the next one, or, you know, a tease for the next movie, and then at that point, you then remove what's coming next from the equation, you lose a large portion of the appeal that movie then has. Woeful. The worst DCEU movie so far. Of all time. Of all time. Now, they say here, look, The Flash, because this is the situation, right? What have we got coming out now? You got The Flash, you got Blue Beetle, and you've got Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I think Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is going to bomb. I think it's actually going to bomb. Genuinely, I think it's going to bomb. And mainly because, as they note here, its budget has spiraled out of control. Yeah. Massively. Multiple rounds of reshoots. There was whole elements which have now been written out of the movie, which I think elements of them were shot at certain points. Completely gone. Blue Beetle. I don't think that's going to do particularly great. No one's really interested in that. The only thing here that's going to do well is The Flash. And that's because of Michael Keaton. It's got nothing to do with Ezra Miller. It's just because of Michael Keaton. Yeah. You're not going to see Zachary Levi moving forwards as Shazam. Or even Shazam moving forwards. They're going to park that character now. DC will park that character. And it's also a bit of a... It's also a bit of a black mark against Peter Safran, who is the co-CEO of DC Studios. Along with James Gunn. Because he's the producer. He's the executive producer on Shazam. It's his property. But what do you guys think? I saw this, and as not a massive surprise, but for it to be the lowest grossing DCEU movie of all time? Wow. Again, not a huge surprise, but just to quantify it, $133.4 million? Abysmal. Had to do a video on it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Cheers, ladies and gents. Take care.